Finally, new rule, stop calling the Tea Party phenomenon a movement. To be a real political movement, you have to, well, move towards some specific legislative goal. The suffrage movement, for example, gained voting rights for women. The civil rights movement outlawed discrimination against blacks. And the gay rights movement brought us the Winter Olympics. But the Teabaggers, they're not a movement. They're a cult. And I'm going to prove it. Now, here's an amazing statistic. In a recent poll, almost 90% of Teabaggers said that they thought taxes had either gone up or stayed the same under Obama. Only 2% thought they went down. But the reality is, taxes have gone down. For 95% of working families, taxes went down. Think about that. Only 2% of the people in a movement about taxes named after a tax revolt have the slightest idea what's going on with taxes. So it would be easy to just mock, except that those who fall under the control of cults aren't necessarily weirdos, they're victims. And we shouldn't forget that these people are our relatives, our neighbors, and the folks at the next table in the restaurant. Especially if that restaurant is Hooters and it's Dollar Wing Wednesday. All right. But if you look at any cult, whether it be the Hale-Bopp Comet people, the Scientologists, or Oprah's book club, you'll find several common elements, the primary one being cult members are taught to quickly withdraw into the group and distrust the outside world. Teabaggers distrust everything. They think everyone's coming for their guns and they shouldn't pay taxes. They're like Wesley Snipes crossed with a fat old white guy who runs a landfill. Folks, no one is coming for your guns, your Bibles, or your fishing poles. And that's not a monster under your bed. It's the ab lounger you bought last year and never used. Cults are also always driven by some ridiculous, unattainable goal, like a fiery apocalypse ringing in paradise, or deficit reduction by way of giant tax cuts. Now, you know someone has fallen into a cult if you see these signs. 1, cults have their own vocabulary. Now, I don't speak shit kicker, but I know that in their world, freedom means guns, diplomacy means weakness, elitist means reader, and socialist means black. 2, cults tend to populate from within, encouraging members to have huge broods of children and to give them strange names like Moonbeam and Trig. And 3, cult members always attribute all their problems to one simple explanation.